Oh, good morning. Well, it's not good morning. It's bloody good day, I guess, for everybody. Just setting us up, make sure we're in the right situation, right landscape spec, and we should be ready to rock and roll. Oh, right. Hello, everybody. Don't mind me. I'm just finishing off my coffee. Probably my second or third one for the day, but that's fine. That's how we roll. That's how we roll, everybody. Right, hello from sunny and hot Texas. G'day, Ryan. How are you? Soggy Boston. They're playing golf in Boston, aren't they? I think the PGA Tour at the moment. Cool. Okay, so by now you've probably had a look at the whiteboard behind me, and you're going to have a look and see what we're up to for the day. Okay. We are doing some faster stuff this morning, today, this afternoon, wherever you may be situated. And it's sort of the way that I like to do them in terms of doing a couple of sets at each type of rating, at each type of stroke rate. Okay, so we're doing 2-minute pieces now. 2 minutes. It's very similar to like a 500. Okay, and yeah, we can't just do 500s because we're all going to be completely different in our the amount of time that it's going to take us. So 2 minutes is reasonably good. Okay, so for some people it'll be a lot quick. It'll be you'll do a lot more than 500 meters. Some people you might get to 500 meters. It really just depends. Okay, but that's the situation. Now, I have been a bit mean. Okay, by only giving you a 90-second rest period between each one. Now, the ratings are going to go up quite high. So for the last, we're doing 10 of them. So for the last 6 of them, we're going to be working reasonably hard. Okay. And so today is about working hard, getting a little bit of speed into the legs. But also at the same time, we are looking for that efficiency as much as possible. Now, these aren't max pieces. Okay. It would be very difficult to sort of do 200s. Like you can do 500 max pieces, but you'd only do say sort of 5 or 6, and you'd have probably a 2 or 3 minute break in between each one, and then you just be ripping into it. So we're not at max, but we're still between that sort of 90 to 95% of like full on pressure. Okay, so that's one thing that we've got to gauge ourselves on today. Now, and because of that, what we actually are doing is when we do 2 pieces at each rating, we do the first one and we're like, okay, well, that was really hard. I think I went a bit too hard. Then the next one afterwards, you go, right, I'm just going to be a little bit more efficient, a little bit more clarity, that bit more focus, and to be able to get through it. And so then we want to see that improvement if we can between the first one and the second one. And then ultimately we're going to see our improvement all the way through as we go right up the chain. Okay. So that's basically us for the day. It's a pretty simple workout. We won't take too much time on the setup because what we're going to do is we're going to do about a 10-minute warm up together, just because we need to be pretty solidly warmed up. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump on the machine very shortly and we will just row along. And after sort of that 2 or 3 minutes, we want to be up to sort of our training speed that we normally do about 20 rating. And then we're just going to do a series of sort of 45-second, maybe even a minute bursts. And they'll just be up. We'll just go up the rating and we'll just get the heart rate flowing, then come back down a bit, and then we'll do it again and again and again. Just so that when we do our first piece, where heart rate's ready to go, body's ready to go, mind's ready to go, and we're not using the first piece as like, I'll use this as the warm up for the rest of them, because we want all 10 of them to be done really well. Okay, so that's about as simple as it goes. What we will be doing is, and we sort of talked about it at the end of it, is, and I'm hoping we've got a few of the same peaks again in here. This will be another interval setup. So for the people that were asking last time that were sort of struggling a little bit with the setup, when we get to it, you'll basically just be going select workout, new workout. You'll click on the intervals, then it's intervals time. And we basically just got to put that first one up to 2 minutes, scroll across, then that'll be 1 minute 30, and then we're ready to go. Okay, so if you need to have a bit of a practice on that, just have a look. So your screen should say 2 minutes at the top, set rest period, then underneath that will be 1 minute 30, and the 3 should still be flashing because we haven't pressed the OK button, and then we're ready to go. Okay, simple as that. So right now though, let's jump on and let's do a bit of a warm up together. Okay, don't mind me, I'll just swig the last bit of my espresso. Just like that. Okay, and we'll be ready to rock and roll. So another thing about this workout as well, which we can talk about while we trug along. So right now we're going to be doing our warm up. If you need to, there's also the possibility that you could play with your drag factor. Okay, so people that are still looking to figure out their drag, or they want to experiment a little bit with whether they want it a little bit higher, a little bit less to keep the rating, because as we get up to this top part, you may or may not be able to rate at that 32, 34, because it is going to be very quick, okay? So if we're not moving the hands quick enough and we're not getting the speed of the legs, what you can find is if you drop your drag factor by half a number, because there's less resistance, you'll really feel that you can spin the hands, the leg drive will be slightly quicker, and so that's what can help get that rating up. And the only reason that we're going up to that sort of 34 is because I still sort of believe that anywhere around that 32 to 38 is like a really good rating to be able to do a 2 kilometer race if you're ever interested in doing like a 2K race. Maybe. Could be part of your goal. There is a Masters 1,000 meter coming up in September. So the Masters categories in rowing, all you have to do is get on and do 1,000 meters, when I say only, and then you can submit your score to online, and then you'll get a ranking with everybody else in the world who's in your same age group. Right, just need to shuffle my erg. Like that. There we go. So keep warming up, keep building that pressure. Heart rate should be coming up. Getting the length. Opening the body out. Okay, once we get up to this sort of 2, 3, 4 minute mark, should be starting to push. Getting closer and closer to sort of our training numbers. Good. Shake it out, keep it loose. Okay, good. So put in a little bit more pressure now for another minute. And then we'll start to do these series of just warm up pieces where we increase the rating, find the flow, get the heart rate climbing even more. Good. So in 30 seconds time, we're just going to raise the rating to 24 for 45 seconds. So in 15 seconds, we're just going to spin the hands, put in a little bit more pressure, okay, for 45 seconds. Right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Yeah. So just speeding the hands up. A little bit more push. Get onto that 24. Feel the drive. Feel the hang. Move the hand. Hold the length. Yeah, really good. Yep, coming down to the line. Good. Okay. So we're just paddling for 45 seconds. And then we'll just take that rating up to 26. We'll do a couple at 28, one around that 30, 32. Okay, and then the body's ready to do the work. Okay. So in about 20 seconds time, so let's start to push, put a bit more firm onto it now. Breathe into it. Right, so we're coming down. This one's going to be at 26, 45 seconds. 3, 2, 1, now. Good, moving the hands. Breathing. Feel the push. Nice and efficient. Yeah, good. Fifteen seconds. Feel the swing. Good, okay. So same again. So really good, what we're just doing now. Like I can feel myself getting warm, heart rate's getting up there. Okay, blood flow's starting to go to the muscles. So now we've got to give it a little bit more. So let's start firming it. 15 seconds. So this one we're going to take up to 28. So that 45 seconds. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Yep. So look to the length. Look to the leg speed. Feel the push. So even now, think about the efficiency. The hang. Hands around the back. 15 seconds. Hang. Feel the push. Both feet. Yeah. Good. Okay. Nice. Okay, so we're now getting really warmed up. Okay, so we're in a position now where we're actually pretty good, quite close to being ready to start our pieces, okay? But what we need to do now is we just need to go a little bit above and beyond. So we'll paddle it out now for another 30 odd seconds, okay? Then we're gonna do 45 seconds at about 32, okay? Because we've done enough to get warmed up, ready for the piece, and ultimately we're gonna go further and further up the ratings as we go through the time, okay? But we still just wanna go there now so it's not too foreign. You know, we don't have to go right up the chain in a scale before we start, but we do wanna try and touch up where we need to go. Okay, so firm, 5 seconds, go to 32. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so we've got to move the legs and the hands. Here we are. Feel the push. Okay, good. Don't be afraid of it. You've got to move quickly. Nice. Do the leg drive. 15 seconds. Swing. 5 seconds. Good, okay. So we'll paddle this out for 45. And then we're just going to do 30 seconds around 34, okay? Might be difficult just because we haven't been up to that 34 and it's very early on in the workout. But let's just think about efficiency, hand speed, getting it up there, okay? So start firming. 10 seconds. Free it up. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Got to move the hands. Come forward and push away. Leg speed. 10 seconds. Good. Okay. So let's just paddle out for 15. And then we'll be good to go. Okay. So that's a solid warm up. Okay. Something like that really does need to be done when we're doing sort of quite reasonably high intensive workout. Okay. Which is what we're doing today. What you'll find now is when we start the piece, so we've got another 10, 15 seconds of just paddling. We're going to stop. We're going to take a drink. We're going to get set. And we're going to go. Okay, so we've got to make sure everybody's on the same page because we want to make sure we're all timed and doing it together. Okay, so let's get set, ready to go. So remember the setup. We'll jump to that now. So just follow my instructions if you need to. Select workout, new workout, intervals time. Okay, now let's take that up to 2 minutes for the set time. Then scroll across till we get down to the select rest time. Put in the 1 minute, go across, put in the 30 seconds, and then we'll just wait. We'll give it 10, 15 seconds before we press our tick button. Now, if you've already done it, you should be okay because it won't time out for about 2 or 3 minutes anyway. Otherwise, I think we should be good to go. I'm pretty certain we'll be good to go. I'm just going to check that little bugger there. Okay. Right, here we go. So let's lock and load. We can press the tick button now. So we have 2 minutes up the top, and the rest period's automatically going to take care of itself. Okay, so here we go. So as I say, We're finding rhythm. Intensity is going to be pretty solid. And it's up to you to find that intensity, okay? Because we've got 10 pieces to do. We want to make sure that we can do each piece, give it some good push, good intensity, but also good flow and technique, because we want to take whatever we do in this 26, the relaxation, the hang, the push, the swing, all of that. And all we're going to do is every time we go up, we're just going to increase the speed that things are happening. That's all we're going to do. Okay, so here we go. Sitting nice and tall. First one at 26. Are we ready? Attention. Go. There's 26. Let's just feel that push. We should feel that tap. Okay? We're not loading the strength. We're feeling the rhythm. Breathing. Okay? Remember, let's find this metronome rhythm. The momentum created by the body. Good. Hang. Make sure it's under the armpit. Good. Halfway. Find that efficiency. Maintain our speed. Find the rhythm. Nice and solid. Good carry. Carry those feet. Drive the legs. Swing the body. Sit back. Through the stroke. Nice. Just like that. Okay. So check out your meters. Check out your average. Because ultimately, we want to be able to match or go a little bit better. Okay. Now, if we can match it, but you feel the technique is a lot more efficient, perfect. Okay. Because that's ultimately what we're trying to find. And that's why I like pieces like this and workouts like this, because we're not just hitting it straight away. There's a time and a place for that, okay? But everything that we're trying to do on the machine with me is we're just trying to teach you skills that you can take into doing your own workouts, okay? So it's all about this efficiency. You learn things along the way. And so when you're prepared to do it by yourself, you can go in there and be confident to say, yep, I'm going to do this. I know how to do it, and be happy about the outcome, okay? So we start to firm it now. We're at 20 seconds rest left. I'm going to breathe into it. Just remember, we want to find that efficiency. Remember, just hang off the front. All right, starting to build. Here we go. Yeah. 26 rating again. Start off and find that length. Find the rhythm. And now breathe into it. Get rid of the muscle tension. Work the drive. Remember, relax the recovery. Sort of tap it along. Move the hand. Remember, let the bungee do the work. Coming forward. Nice. Good. Feel that push. Nice. Remember, work and rest. Momentum and that chain help get us forward. We don't have to pull ourselves too much. Breathe in, relax the face. Hold the hang. Good. Okay. Have a check. Evaluate. How'd you feel in that one? Did you feel you did it easier? Did you go faster? Okay. Those are the little things that we want to say to ourselves. Okay. So remember, in these break periods, we give ourselves this 30 seconds like we've just had to get through the initial shock. Now we start to breathe a bit more. We just put a little bit of pressure on the hang and on the feet, okay, because we can still actively recover in between these pieces. Now we don't just want to sit here and do this, okay, no pressure on the legs. Trust me, you put a little bit of pressure onto the legs and it just activates the muscles, the oxygen trying to get back in, flushing of the lactic acid. Okay, now we're down to 20 seconds. We firm again. Take some breaths. Now same, everything applies. We're just doing it slightly quicker to hit the 28. Okay, here we go. Building. 3, 2, 1. Yup. Because we're moving quicker, you'll see that the speed's a little bit faster. Now make that efficient. Doesn't need to be a huge change. Small change, holding efficiency. Good. Now leave the arms out long, push away from them. There's our hang. Now feel the legs driving the body. Sitting back through the stroke. Good, halfway, well over halfway. Change your direction around the finish. Brush the body, move the hands. Almost effortless. Creates our momentum. 30 seconds. Sitting tall. Nice, good work, guys. That's it. Hang. Breathe. Relax the face. Nice. Okay. Breathe now. Keep moving. Oh, getting a sweat on here. Okay, nice. So we keep moving. Now, you should see that we've gone faster. Okay, good. Remember, we're only looking for a little bit more speed. If you've increased by like 40 meters, okay, I don't think that's sustainable going up again, unless, you know, you were taking it a bit conservative in those first ones, okay? Breathing into it. A little bit of pressure on the legs. Focus on this recovery, okay? It's quite crucial in between these pieces, how we get the body back into a good position to be able to do the next piece. Okay, firming, 15 seconds. 28 again. Remember, just move everything and sit in the rhythm. Here we go. Ready to build. 3, 2, 1. Yeah. Now, we start off with that rhythm. Now we can check on the push and the swing. Nice. Good hang. Right, round the front, rolling in and around. Don't load. Come in, push away. Nice. There we go, 1 minute. Long arms. Feel that hang again. Armpits. Flat. Feel the drive. Right through. It's all about momentum. Let that machine do the work on the recovery. Handles wanting to go back. Last part. Nice. I got 2 more meters. Perfect. Okay. Paddle it out. Breathe in. Okay, really good. Doing really good so far, okay? One thing I will say going forward, I'd really like everyone to do the 30. If you do think that your rating, you can't get there, it's a bit of a struggle in the last couple, then you might just have to sit there on that 30, okay? So we're halfway through the rest. Let's put a bit of pressure on now. Remember, you're doing pieces, it's going to be tough. You're going to feel bloody great afterwards, trust me. Not straight afterwards, but remember, pushing the limits a little bit, finding that rhythm that we can sustain for this 2-minute period. Keep an eye on your face. Don't clench the teeth. Don't grip the handle too hard. Right, starting to build. We're going up to 30 rating. Here we go, 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, yeah. So start off by moving the hands. Get the rate. Good. I'm on it. Moving my hands. Yeah, right on it there. Rolling into the front. Feel the momentum. Small changes. Breathing. Feel the ratio. Work and rest. Long arms. Feel the hang. Feel both feet push. Good. 30 seconds. Face. Open the mouth. Move the hands. Nice. Okay. Good work. Breathe. Keep moving. Okay, really good. Let's all count down from here, okay? 5 pieces left. We're looking for that efficiency. So remembering this momentum that I talk about is the drive and just the rhythm around the back. The speed that it comes in, the speed that goes out. Right at the end, there's a brief 0. something of a second motion where we engage the core and we come back over. We use the elasticity of the muscles and the elasticity of the chain, like that thing's wanting to go 100 miles an hour. Okay? We move with it. So let's start to firm. Remember your numbers. Remember the split. Let's match it, okay? There's our goal. Match it. Make it as efficient as possible. Right, breathing, get some oxygen in. Starting to build. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Go. 30 strokes a minute. Here we are. Push onto it. Commit. Good. Feel that acceleration. Good. We've got the rhythm. Momentum. Right, breathe into it. Sit here, relax. Push and drive. Switch off. Push. Switch off. Face. Breathing. Yeah. Now hang. Efficiencies. Around the front. Feel the feet. Move the hands. Good. Sitting tall. Breathing. Hang. Armpits. 1 meter. Yes. Right. Look for the little victories. Okay. How'd that feel? When did you start feeling like you were losing control a little bit? Okay. Mine's around the 45-second to go. We've really got to just focus. Okay, the first 30, 40 seconds quite easy. We're going to sit in that rhythm. We've got to keep the flow, tap the front, not get too strong on it, and keep moving, okay? So here we go. We're going to go up to 32. Now just play this one by ear, everybody. I'd like you to try, if we can get up to these ratings, to look for that efficiency and speed. This is after the first one. If you really struggle to try and keep the rate, we might drop you down a little bit on your drag, okay? Just have a play. Okay, firming, here we go. First one at 32. Okay, we're going to move into it, get the rhythm, and we're going to commit to the speed. Here we go, 3, 2, 1, yeah. So find the rhythm, tap it along. Doesn't need to be strong, just got to move quick. Accelerate. Breathe. Sitting tall. Okay, hang. Armpits, not in the shoulders. Do the minute. Focus. Hang speed. Rush your body. Breathing. 30 seconds. Push. Stay relaxed. Rhythm. Nice. Great work, team. Right, we're starting to get right up into the high end of intensity. This is going to be one of the tougher ones we've done in terms of our workouts. Okay. Take the time now. We've got 3 left. Just focus this next piece. Okay. Up on that 32 if we can get there. Keep the speed. Remember, we want to try and find this tap. Okay, what I talk about tap is the flywheel's coming. We just want to like tap across the top of it. Picture that. We don't want to come in and go, oh, I'm going to take a big load. We want to be in and away. Okay, use the speed. Use the rating as our friend. Here we go. Don't worry too much about lengths because yes, it will be a little bit shorter than when we're at 20. I'm way out here. And on this, I'm about here. Okay, so just have a feel for it. Here we go. Building. Go. Now. Push. Breathe. Hang. Feel the rhythm. Momentum. Good. Middle quarter of the piece. Here we go. Hanging. Yeah, through the minute. Momentum. Swing. Sitting tall. Thirty seconds. Tap. Breathe. All the way. Good. Same meters. Okay. Right. Keep moving. Drink as you move if you need it. Next piece, 34. If you can get there, okay, don't focus on the pressure to start with, okay? Let's get our rhythm. After 15, 20 seconds, I'm gonna call focus. I'm gonna call push, okay? And that's right when we're gonna knuckle down for the next 30 odd seconds and just focus the tap and the push off the front, the rhythm around the back, okay? Because we're gonna be on the rating and it's all just gonna be about tapping that flywheel, okay? Tap the flywheel, think about that, okay? Firming, deep breath, 34 strokes a minute. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, yeah. Just move the hands. Good. Nice. Feel the rhythm. Good. Tap it along. Nice. Okay, feel the hang. Now, off the front. Feel the flow. Good, keep it moving. On top of it. Through the middle. Yeah. Breathing. Hang. Long arm. Push. Releasing. Swing. Tap. Relax your face. Suck it in. Awesome. Okay. Breathe it in. Okay, really good. If you are able to do that rate, if not, just focus on your rating and the rhythm. Okay, whatever you can do that you can just stay on top of and tap for that 2 minutes. Okay. This is right up there on fatigue, right up there on intensity. And right now, everything that I've taught you about over all of these streams on asensei around efficiency is where it's going to come in. Heart's going to be up, lungs are going to be screaming, muscles are going to be screaming. Let's go mind over matter. Clarity. Okay. Use the brain. If you can do this 34, awesome. If you can't, just sit on your rate. Okay, here we go. Last one. Firming. Moving together. Here we go. Building. 3, 2, 1, go. Round the back. Keep it 3. Yeah, move the hands. Tap. Push. Swing. Use the body. Breathing. And now, tap, tap. Rhythm, momentum. Push. Move the hands. Relax the face. Breathing. 30 seconds. Hand. Rhythm. All the way. Go all the way to the line. Pat on the back. Don't stop. Don't you dare stop. Okay? Keep moving. Keep breathing. We'll get through this. It's only going to be a couple of minutes. Okay? And then we'll start feeling better. Okay? Keep that focus. That was really, really good, okay? That's right up there in intensity, okay? If we went any further than that, we're right above our lactate threshold line and we're into a real failure point, okay? Those ones there were meant to take us where if you had to do another 30 seconds, you'd be like, oh God, that's going to be hard. Okay. So let's press the menu. Just save all that into the memory banks. Okay. And we'll just paddle it out for 2 or 3 minutes. Okay. Breathing now. Look to lengthen the stroke. Okay, everybody, go right out. And then feel how long the hang is. Okay, under the armpits. As we push, feel the relationship that the legs are actually driving these hands. Okay, not just shoot the legs down, let everything finish. Feel the connection. Don't worry about the speed. It's completely irrelevant. All we're doing here is focusing on our muscles, muscle groups, oxygen to the muscles. Breathing. Okay, as much as we can, get that oxygen in. You should feel now that as you're pushing these legs down, it doesn't feel as tight or as dead as it was. Okay, we keep moving it. Nice. Okay, active recovery. Here we are, nice. What we need to do, it's the part we don't want to do. It's the part we very, very much need to do. Okay, good. So hopefully by now, got the clarity in the mind. You've stopped gulping for oxygen. Still breathing heavily. Heart rate feels a little bit better under control, which is good. Okay, just starting to move freely. We'll do this for a little bit longer. Okay. So really good workout, okay? Fantastic, fantastic speed and intensity. I'm really looking forward to seeing the comments. This is one of the tougher ones we've done. Maybe one of the toughest. Okay. But it gives us a really good appreciation of our improvement, of what's capable, what we need to work on. Okay. And also just of ourselves. Okay. The body, what we can manage, what we can't, our fitness levels. You know, when did we die? What piece was it? Okay, all of those different things come into the equation. Nice little puddle of sweat under those feet there. So, keep paddling if you want. I feel like I've been in a swimming pool, which is pretty general on our workouts. Okay. We'll have a good drink, a bit of a debrief. Okay, and then you can go on your merry way on this lovely August afternoon for most of you, morning for some of us, Monday morning by that I should say. So yeah, just to break it down again, on the machines, a very common workout that people do are like 500-meter pieces, okay? And it's just because generally everything's raced in a derivative of 500, okay? So 500 is a quarter of a 2K, half of 1,000, and that's basically how, and because we're using 500-meter splits, you know, you sort of go, right, 500 meters, geez, maybe I could hold a 145, whatever it is, okay? And that's your sort of workout. So a 2-minute one for some people is a little bit shorter, some people it's a little bit longer. But it's this thing here, the increasing intensity as we do it, that really makes a difference between just hard out 500s and this type of workout, okay? So the hard out 500s, because you're just maxing it, you're meant to be spending all that energy just for that 500 and then go, holy shit, I got another one. And you have sort of 3 or 4 minutes off in between. gives you the time to get prepared to do it again. And you'll only ever do maybe 6 of them. I don't know if you do 10. 10's bloody hard. Okay, I've done a lot more in the past, but what I mean for a general person is that you wouldn't want to do like a huge amount because you just literally hate it. And so something like this, it's the false sense of security because you start out at 26 and you get to 28 and you're like, oh, okay, that was tough. Then you do the 30s and you go, shit, I'm not even halfway. And then you go, man, these last few are going to be really hard because you've already got that little bit of fatigue and everything that's set in. So I like doing it that way. I think it's a better way. And mainly for you guys as well, because we need to know where your stroke rate stuff sits, okay? Because ultimately, if you are really struggling to get it above 28, we have to rethink some of the ways, things that we can try with you to get a little bit quicker, a little bit more speed, but also for yourself to find out, okay, what do I need to be working on? Because might not necessarily mean that all your workout stuff is done quite low rating. You might be wanting to do, say, 30-second pieces, like 30-second on, 30-second off, trying to hit 30 plus, okay, just to keep the free speed. Doesn't have to be highly intensive. It just needs to be the ability to move it, okay? Right, what have we got? Ouch. Thanks, Bill. Got a few sweat faces there, Justin. Killer Row, thanks, guys. Yeah, Ellie, love the session, puts me to my limit. Yeah, it does, okay? Like, I won't lie, I was struggling at the end of those ones just because it does build it. You're trying to hit some really good speeds. Had that 34, like, I was hitting some really top numbers, but I didn't have much more to give towards the end of it. Sammy, impossible to get to 34 strokes a minute, any speed of the legs. Okay, Sammy, I think a little bit about that high rating stuff, it possibly could be your drag factor, okay? It's just one of the most common things. You might just want to have an experiment, play with it. The other thing too, which I sort of mentioned, and we had a question about it the other day, is that if you actually go back and watch what I'm doing, is that my length when I'm doing this piece, I'm about here, and I know that I'm here, okay? Because there's no way I can get up to here where I normally do for 20, because you're moving it, you've got to be like here to take the next stroke. So sometimes there will be a natural shorten of length. You don't want to make it really short, but ultimately that's the case. And a lot about that hand around the finish, around the back, if you're still trying to pull it into the body, you can't get the hands away. So the whole thing is with that hang and that acceleration, you just let it come in, let it go out. Okay, Sammy? So think about that on some of the pieces and just have a bit of an experiment. One thing that you can do, this is for everybody, is I don't think I've explained it on here. I've explained it to a few people now. There's an exercise that you can do while you're just doing a bit of a play on the machine or after you've finished. Now, it's called a builder. Okay, so what you do is you start riding along and then you just add a little bit more leg speed, more hand speed, more hand speed, more hand speed. So every stroke, you just try and move a little bit quicker, a little bit quicker, a little bit quicker, a little bit quicker, as fast as you can go, just to see where your rating can get up to. Now, don't do it by going, and then trying to move it really quick. Just move the speed, move the speed, move the speed, move the speed. So don't think about adding much more, just move things a bit quicker. Now, if that only gets you to 30, 32, okay. Now, next time you try it, do it with a little bit more pressure and you build it up, build it up, build it up, build it up, okay? This is what the building is all about. So, that's an exercise that some people can try. McMania. Finally starting to get the strokes per minute to strength ratio. I can see where I drop off a bit. Yeah, and this is the case. Like when you're up around high rating, you can't be really strong because you're just going to tie up. Okay, so you've got to find this ratio, and it really depends, because if you were just doing a minute, strength's key. Strength's 100% key. Okay, you can have quite a good rating, but if you've got the strength, you're going to pump it out. Anything more than sort of 2 5-minute plus longer sort of pieces, strength goes out the window because you have to find that ratio. So, it's good in learning things like that to really try and find where you're going. On the second 32, I knocked the drag down a bit and managed to make the 32 and 34 rates. Yeah, Jesslyn. Okay, so anyone that's having to watch, just have a look at that. So it really is. This is the one thing with the drag, and we've had a couple of videos where we talked about it and we changed it while we were doing those sort of power stroke pieces, that type of thing. It is, if you're doing pieces like shorter pieces like 1 minute or 30 seconds, there's no reason why you can't have the drag up a bit, because you like the strength, you really feel the power. Anything a bit longer and you need a bit more speed, then you can drop it like half a number on the side, and you'll notice that it's easier to move the hands. You'll notice that the legs go down a bit quicker and that type of thing. So this is where I've always said that the drag factor can be varied as much as you want for every single person and for every piece that you do. You know, I know that when I was doing some of my longer like racing pieces, like the half marathon world record that I set, I did that on a 125 drag. Okay, now I normally do a 130 when I'm doing all my pieces. So I went down 5 on the drag, but it allowed me to rate, dare I say this, 32 to 34 for an hour and 7 minutes. Okay, so this is what you sort of have to do. But if I'd left it up, I think I would have had probably a lower rating, and I might have burnt out. Okay, so it's just finding out what you can do. Right. Okay, Derek, what do you mean by tap? Okay, good question. So the very simplest way to explain this for everybody, right? You get a bike and you put it on its upside down, and you put the handlebars and the seat on the ground, and you get the wheel and you just tap it, tap it, tap it. You don't grab hold of it and spin it every time, right? You don't do this. You just tap across the top. So the flywheel in here is just like a bike wheel. So you don't want to get to it and make it go every time. You just want to go over top of it. You just want to tap over top. So that's what I talk about tap, okay? Because the flywheel's moving and your chain comes in and you want to feel like you're tapping across the top of the flywheel. You don't want to go in there and go, okay? And it's what I talk about a lot around this round the front movement. The flywheel is going, okay? And yes, there's a gear in there that you've got to move in order to create more speed. But if you're trying to get power right off the front, you're going to burn yourself down, and you're literally not going to be able to get the numbers that you want to get. Now, if you're moving with the speed that flywheel's already going, you know, it's doing thousands of RPMs already a minute, and you can just go straight over top of it and you can tap it along. Get the gear and just flick it, just come with it. It's so much more efficient than trying to load the front. So that's the tap across the top. And so it's just a thinking approach for you as a person on what you understand the word tap means in terms of like a wheel. You know, you just tap it across the top, because you're not grabbing it every time and making it move. You're just literally tapping across the top. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. Thanks for the workout. Cheers, Bill. David, really helps. Yep. Okay, thanks, Derek. Yeah, it really helps to do hard pieces like this with you and others online. I know. I really used to struggle doing really high intense pieces because it's such a hard place to go. And I try and explain it to people when I do speeches and stuff like that about my rowing career. And they're like, you know, you guys must have trained really hard. And I said, look, we didn't train hard. We literally tried to punish ourselves every day. And I said, do you know how hard it is to punish yourself every day when the body's like shakes and goes, oh, this is going to hurt. Oh. Like he literally gave you like a bit of anxiety and like the shakes to go, oh my God, these pieces that the coaches put onto us today, man, I'm going to feel sick after I've done them. And you have to bring yourself to do it. Okay. And so we were really lucky. We had training partners and stuff like that we could draw on. And when you're doing it by yourself, it is so fucking hard to be able to do that. Okay. So it's great to be able to do this, to be able to know that what I'm trying to give to you guys is going to make you guys go better. And ultimately, yes, we're all doing it at the same time. So we're all here, we're all logged in, we're all smashing it out. You can feel your pain. You know that there's dozens of others out there having the same amount of pain. So, you know, it's all good. It's all good for everybody. Well done. Yep. Thanks, Asensei. Awesome, guys. Thank you very much. Yeah. Oh, Russell, great explanation. I always thought tap meant the handle. It's both. Okay. So tap the flywheel. Normally around the back, I talk about tapping the body as well. Yes. So you are correct, because I do think that we should be, it's more of a brush. It's a brush or a tap around the body. You know, we don't want to be going boom, hitting it in. We want to just be brushing the body. Slight tap, small tap around the finish. Awesome. Do you find a direct correlation with your performance and whether you are holding more weight than other seasons? Darren, mate, weight on this rowing machine can be a blessing because it's all about power. If you got more weight, you can generate more watts. But definitely weight in terms of, if you are a heavier person, yes, you can create more watts, but you can't do it for a long amount of time because your body's just not going to be able to handle it unless you're really super fit and holding like your size. So there is a slight correlation, but ultimately with the rowing machine, everybody's completely different. Everybody does different times. Everybody's different weight. Everybody's different height. Everybody's different technique. So it's about finding what you can do and then just looking for improvement all the time. And it comes, right? You can get big improvement after a few weeks. Then it might plateau out for a little bit, and then it takes longer to find more improvement. But that's basically the case of fitness. Okay. Yep. Awesome. Thanks, guys. Great session. Bloody great session. Hope you enjoyed it. I don't know if we'll do another toughie next week. We'll probably make it a little bit longer and we'll focus more on technique, a few other things. But thanks for tuning in. Remember, stay safe. Stay safe. It's a crazy time out there. Social distance, wear a mask, listen to the experts, and don't spread fake news. Let's just listen to the scientists. Let's do our little bits. I'm a massive fan of people that know what the hell they're talking about. I'm going to listen to them over other people. Okay, simple as that. So stay safe once again. Thanks for tuning in. All the best. Keep training, and remember, jump on that asensei, and you can use all our coaches now under the one system. So it's, you got the best of both worlds, even though you don't want those other guys, you only want me. Okay, thanks, guys. We'll catch you later. Peace.